I am top Orlando Realtor Scott Garrison with ReMax Town & Country, East Orlando's #1 real estate company. And we are out at 2345 Bishop Avenue, Christmas, Florida, 32709. Out here in East Orlando. Vacant land, 10 acres. Definitely a unique opportunity. So unique, I want to make this video so that you can see what we're looking at. So the purpose of this video is to give you what you can't see if you look at the best pictures online on Realtor.com. Zillow, Trulia, Redfin. How do you know? Because if you've seen those pictures or videos, I'm the one who took and posted those. So the first thing we got to do is how to get here. So we have to follow the GPS. That's how remote this is. It's what you want for some privacy. You can't even get there by GPS. So here's how to get here by GPS. Important to know how to get to your land. If you can't follow the GPS instructions, if you do, you're going to go the wrong place. So we're at the corner of Taylor Creek and Sisler. If you go around that corner there, straight, that is Colonial Drive. Colonial Drive, straight to Sisler, off of Taylor Creek Road. No outlet down there. That's the kind of land you want to buy, where the major road going into it is a no outlet road. Now we're at Sisler and Roy Berry Road. We came from down there, down to from our no outlet street. And now we're looking down Roy Berry Road. Why is it important to know this? I've been out here 30 times and I wasn't paying attention. I was following my GPS and even I went the wrong way. So way down at the end there, it's not that far down, just maybe 250 yards. At the very end is where we're gonna go next, and that is Bishop Road. Let's go see. So this is the entrance. We're coming down Roy Berry Road. You can see this is country living at its finest. There are some houses back here, of course. But this is your drive into the land. Got some outbuildings. These red signs. Don't turn right, turn left. And that's where we're going, right there. We were just down there by the stop sign. Our lot is on the other side of this. To give you a feel for what you're looking into, if I'm going to take a video into the sun. Quiet. Lots of pasture. Smells like farm animals. And looks like we got some trucks and construction things going on here as well. So when I say just on the other side of this, it is, but it's quite a ways on the other side of this, of course. We're talking 10-acre parcel. Why do people want to live out here? Well, let's look through there. We got pasture as far as you can see. Plenty of open land here for sure. The idea. So quiet. Your animals would love to be out here, or of course, it's a great place to build a house. Obviously, there's no HOA. This is all raw land, needing a well and septic for sure. All right, that's the house right before yours. The driveway is, of course, where my black car is. Need some extra tires. We have a few here. The owner here, that's him in the video. He's got some cows, that's why I smell the livestock. He's got a bunch of dogs just making some noise. You can do all that here. There's the cow, wants to be in the video. So remember, what I'm trying to do is give you what you can't see. If you look at all the best pictures and the video online, people want to know, what's it really like? So there's our entrance. And then we're going to go down here. I actually sold this lot also, which had the same issues with the road. 10-acre parcel that way. Sold it several years ago. It's the mirror image of the lot we're going to go see. Sold that for $170,000. He had the same issue with, you have to get a notice to vacate the right-of-way for Bishop here, or he's got to pave it. And they bought it. I think they're just holding on to it for a little while. So because I sold that one, this is the mirror image. Both of them had one lot, and then the main 10 acres. From what I understand, this is part of Desiree Ranch. And you'll see in the aerials, it is pretty much vacant land, empty for as far as the eye can see. Okay, so we want to go down, give you the experience of looking at this vacant land, which borders, as you'll see in the aerial footage, an amazing empty land. I think that's Desiree Ranch there, as far as the eye can see. We've got chickens, cattle out here, livestock, of course. So it's perfect for horses, cows, chickens. The other lot on Bishop I sold right behind me, he had bees out here. People keep turkeys. In addition to the natural wildlife comes through wild white-tailed deer. We got wild pigs, of course, raccoons, possums, tortoises, all kinds of wildlife make this their home. And why wouldn't they? With this much empty land right in front of you. Now the challenge with this land is you can't get a building permit on it as it is. This is Orange County. This is Bishop Road right here in Orange County. It says there's two ways to do this. I'll give you the rough overview. One is you can build a paved road to Orange County specifications, then they'll be responsible for it. Down this road here, that's about 350 feet to here, to the entrance to your land, and then you can get a building permit. The other way is there's something called a notice to vacate right of way. If you can get Orange County to do that, then you can keep that there, put gravel down that, build the road up to about here, and then you can get a building permit that way. It's not simple, but here's what I want you to imagine. Imagine there was a road or a notice to vacate down there. And you drive down here and you've got 10 acres. This goes farther than you can see. Out here bordering Desiree Ranch in the middle of nowhere. How much would that be worth? Answer, way more than the asking price. Way more. So do the work yourself. Figure it out. Eventually someone's gonna make a fortune out here. You're not gonna be able to split this up. I think there is a rule that you have to build on the big land here. I don't think you can split it into 2 5-acre parcels, although of course who knows what people end up doing. Now we've got a pond that you'll see here. There's another little pond over there. And then we've got all that uncleared land right there. And the uncleared land is mostly wetlands. Any lot out here that's 10 acres is going to be some wetlands, some not. I think it's about 3 or 4 acres of wetlands and about 4 or 5 acres of non-wetlands. There's 2 ways that you're going to build if you don't want to build in a flood zone or without doing wetlands mitigation credits. Got this nice pond here. One way is you're going to build a driveway right down here. I think I've got the dogs all riled up. They're not used to people being back here. The other way is you can build on the other side of that pond, build a driveway there. You'll also see that's not in a flood zone or wetlands. Depending on what you want to do. There's more than enough space to build, do what you need to out here. And of course, some people do want to clear some of the wetlands and get what's called a wetlands mitigation credit. It's roughly, approximately $90,000 an acre. Most people only need to do a small bit of that, a third of an acre or something. You pay the state, you get clearance to do whatever part into the wetlands. They buy some other wetland somewhere else, at least in theory. And then you can build. And that's how you see these beautiful lakefront houses right on the edges of lakes. And you say, how did they do that? Well, they did the wetland mitigation. You probably won't need to do that for here. This is yours right here. You can see all of this is where you could build. Now you're in the western, or you're facing the land, upper left-hand corner of the lot. But of course, since we're talking about such big acreage, it goes on for quite a ways. How big is this land? It's so big. You walk and walk and walk, and way back here in the corner, got your own storage container. I think the owner said he would move that. If you don't want it, chances are you might want it. Way out here. If you're looking north, you're back south. We're in the far upper left-hand corner of the land. You can see it's all high and dry here. Plenty of room to expand that way. You're going to keep livestock out here. You probably would want something like this for some kind of storage. And of course, for your livestock, you already have a pond out here as well. No HOA, raw land, bring your own well and septic. You can certainly drive back here. First time you come out, I'd recommend you walking. So we're on the northern side of the pond there. You can see we've got a huge pad here. If you wanted to build just right here. And then we're going to walk to the other side of the pond, see what that would look like as well. When you look at the survey, it's easy to say, oh, half of it is wetland. Well, yeah, but you could build a huge house out here and never even come close to wanting to build when you actually get out here and start looking at the land. Gives you that nice buffer that people want. And of course the taxes on the extra lot, which is that way, it's just a couple $100 a year. There's your pond. Your animals would love, or you would love. And you could clean it up and make it cuter if you wanted. So this is all still high and dry. You can tell right here from the pine trees, pine trees, pine trees, and then just on the other side of that, 150 feet is where the wetlands start. Now it doesn't look like this would make a good driveway because it hasn't been mowed. So visually from the ground, doesn't look like much. But just like you got all that mowed there, you can mow all down here too. And you can see that it was mowed in the last couple of years. We were just over there, going along the edge of the pond. Has been mowed, but it's been several years. Of course, you're going to do any clearing, this would be a breeze to come through and clear this part out, still keep some of those nice trees. And you can see if you didn't want to go up against that property, you could drive way up here in between. Another little pond there we're trying to get to. You can see the ground looks good. There we go. All right, so we're walking south between the ponds. And that one there, more like a little depression. You can see the cattails there. So 2-axis, or the world's largest circular driveway if you wanted. Leave it just like it is. If you want to build a road, you can build it to about there. And then you've got on the other side of the pond, or between here and there, right up that way, again, to get to that big open area this way. Now we start walking down here. Of course, we're getting progressively wetter and wetter. It's definitely buildable with the wetlands mitigation credits. I don't know why you would need that when you've got all this land that is good. It's getting a little wetter here. We talk about beautiful land. Why do you want to live here? If you build a house, this is what you're going to have every day. This will be your life. So anyone who buys this is going to want the animals, the wildlife, the privacy. If you look on the map, the plat map, Bishop Road technically would go straight down here, and it does for quite a while. I just didn't mow it. And it goes straight as you just walk farther and farther into the woods. I walked quite a ways back there the other day, and you start to get to where you can see the alligator trails, because that is definitely wet right in there. I cross across the driveway here, and I was out there walking, and I thought, you know, I probably not that scared of alligators, but I probably shouldn't be out here videoing walking across too much. This may document my demise. See that? That's an animal trail right there. And that part's your land. The other side it's not. You can see right there, that is an alligator trail right going through there. Hopefully this video will make it back to civilization. And they're going up there someplace. So that's about as far as I'm going to go, about as far as I need to go. You can see the rest with the aerial view as we fly over. You want to be a place that's on a no outlet road, at the end of a paved road, at the end of an unpaved road, so much at the end, like this is what's at the end of the end of the end, right here. This is the place you want to be. You want to bring your animals out to, want to build a house, want to buy it, wait for the inevitable appreciation. Taxes are only around $1,800 a year. It's almost a miracle that there's places like this still left out here in East Orlando. And you can get your share for this low, low price. If you have questions about this land or any land, vacant land out here in East Orlando, I want you to call me, Top Orlando Realtor Scott Garrison with ReMax Town and Country. Been a full-time realtor every day in and day out for the last 35 years. I've sold thousands of homes, hundreds of pieces of vacant land. Chances are I can help you all at no cost even. What a great deal. So you've been thinking about buying something out here, which obviously you are if you made it this far in this video, call me. Let me get you a list of the perfect properties just for